How's it going, everyone? Soul Tigress here with some short stories. So the cards that were picked or governed to come out by divine and universal energies has been Taurus, Leo, and Aries. So the reason why Taurus came out is they had the Hierophant represent them, and it came out in reverse. So something's going on with some traditions. And with Leo, we had the Six of Wands. Confused. Which way did they go? Do they have an option to go? Can they go? And for Aries, the Tower came out. And the Tower I have represents Mars energy. So this is why we went ahead and went with that. And the Tower was also in reverse. So what I can say for these signs and for Aries, something is definitely complicated. And Aries, for some reason, you don't want stuff to fall down. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. To start off with, we're going to start off with the Taurus energy for this short story. Woo-hoo! Taurus, what? Man, does something want to spill out for you, Taurus community. Alright, so the goal is 10 minutes. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, angels of protection. Divine and universal energy. What is it that needs to come out for the short story? Oh man, something you're not seeing. A little confused on is there's photo proof. What is this photo proof about? Let me go ahead and turn down this so we can see this clearer. Let's see. That's a little better. Alright, so some photo proof. We're confused on it. Does somebody have it? Do we have it? Was it presented to us? It has to do with into you. Good chemistry, great vibes, positive. Positive, but it's in reverse. Why is this in reverse? Something that's not being dusted off. Something that's not being let go. Something that you're shouldering. With this into you, why does it have to do with rejection? Could something have rejected Taurus lately? Or does Taurus feel like something's already going to reject them before they even go off? With the Hierophant in reverse, it may be something, whether it's person, place, or thing, that needs something to be done differently. That could be a way around, under, over a block. So let's get the plot behind this dusting it off. Now I get why the traditional tarot was coming out with some explanation. So what's the plot behind dusting it off? Well, this is what's left you in the Ten of Swords. Whatever this I'm into you in reverse, and this dusting it off. Can I get a plot? What's the plot for the into you? Something you're not seeing, something that has to do with if you were to dust this off. And this has to do with the Magician. So what I'm getting is there was some kind of bad parting. In some kind of way with either a relationship, business, family member, friend, acquaintance. It could have been somebody that you were close to. Somebody that I'm not getting you had to have been intimate with them when it comes to physical touch. But it was somebody you were very comfortable with. Could have been somebody that you knew that you could have leaned on. And there, with the Ten of Swords, it's like a betrayal that happens here. There could have been a betrayal of something. Maybe you betrayed yourself. How can I betray myself? Well, sometimes we ignore the signs. Was there photo proof that was presented to you? Photo proof that somehow you obtained, but you chose not to rise up to action. You chose to kind of like back off. And what I'm hearing is give the person the benefit of the doubt. Trying to be the good guy, trying to be the understanding kind of woman. You know, we start from the bottom and we work our ways up. That's how we're going to do. We build together type of thing. Could be for a person, place, or business. Let's go ahead and get the plot behind this photo proof. That's a lot. That's a lot. And we only have 10 minutes, so let's get this out there. So, the Two of Swords, you're confused on, again, how this is blocking you. But this confusion is what's leaving you pinned down. Pinned down to keep replaying this situation over and over. It could have been like, I thought I knew this person better than that. I can't believe it. What it could be is a very, very, very heartbreaking betrayal in a sense. How do you block yourself? How do you get going after so much has been taken from something that was supposed to be very even, very giving, matching in a sense, an even exchange? But what I heard just now is from the start, this was a very confusing contract. Something wasn't right in this contract. Something, what I'm hearing is there was something fishy. What is this? So there's something we don't see and you're confused on. Sorry. This something fishy could have to do with a particular energy. This could have been somebody who had very high standards, was very, very high maintenance. And somehow, what I'm getting is you confused their standards, their high maintenance. Both of those agendas put together came into something new. And with this, a new thing, it was very sharp. It was very forward. It was very controlling. It was, it had this Taurus surrounded in all directions. In all directions. In the mind. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot behind the plot with this photo proof. So what is it? What is it for this short story? For the Taurus in this short story, Divine? We can't just leave them like this, but we got to. All right, for past self, because this is a cycle. This is something that they're still pinned to. So for the past self, what is the advice for the Taurus? For past self, delight. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. That's a part of unpinning yourself. This is going to take your imagination. That's very fitting for both of them to come together, actually. Imagination. Envision new reality. Give yourself permission to dream. Believe in unlimited possibilities. So when you're reflecting into this past situation and how you got yourself stuck in this, but somehow you're still showing up as this magician. You're showing up as somebody who has all the tools to still manifest where they want to go. So create that imagination and see how where you're at doesn't have to be where you have to stay. What is it about present self that Taurus should reflect in? When it comes to present self, again, it's aligning with the imagination, bringing that delight into your present. That's going to, again, help unstick you. And if what I'm hearing is if you've been inside a whole lot more, maybe you've been binge watching a lot of stuff just to try and ease the mind. You need to get out into nature. You need to ground yourself out. Ground yourself. Find sanctuary in nature. Connect with the elements. Your earth sign, that is your domain. You need to get out and you need to get a fresh breath of air. You need to stretch your legs. You need to get your blood circulation going. We need the toxins to start getting out of the body, getting more air into your lungs to help create a more clearer thought. When you're out in nature, you really get to witness the power of something that isn't governed, that isn't controlled. You cannot control nature. We try our best, but it doesn't happen. See how things are meant to flow. See how nature, if this has to do with perfection, nature's not perfect, and that's the perfect thing about it. What is it about future self for Taurus? Future self. What I hear directly is when it comes to hiccups, when it comes to choosing again, when it comes to even dealing with this photo proof, which way you want to go, how you want to unblock yourself, and if you're gonna choose to align with another contract like that, like this, that's very taking, is you need to feel the power of discernment. Discernment is not something always meant to be, how do I put this? When you start taking care of yourself and you start putting up boundaries, people are always going to want to squawk at you and say you're selfish. When you're using discernment, that's another way of flexing your boundaries. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing. You don't have to give everybody details about why you did something. This is what you call over-explaining something. So an example I'm being led to use is I had learned on an app. It was a social media app. It was a beautiful one. The positive message behind this is how we can trade up certain things, certain routines we have, even when we're socializing with people. For instance, a person who always says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, I'm sorry I did this. Oh, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. That is a person who is handing over their power right away. And what I had read had said is exchange I'm sorry for thank you for your patience. With that exchange, you're exchanging the energy output of what you're doing. When you start to do that, you start to rewrite things within yourself if you actually start to practice it. No more are you handing over your personal power. No more are you feeling sorry for the things that you're doing, simple mistakes, simple misunderstandings. That's all a part of being human. It's thank you for your patience. And that's it. And if that person can't exercise patience, they can't understand that you're human, bye. But yeah, let's read this card. Discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. Don't give somebody your playbook right now. Keep working on you. Get out there in nature. I love nature, Taurus. Nature's my friend. I'm telling you, nature is your friend. Get out there. Have some fun. And I'll see you next time. This is going to conclude it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. All right. Thank you. Universe. Divine, angels of protection, Taurus's ancestor spirit guides, as well as any other peeps, entities, guiding energies, and positiveness that showed up. Thank you for helping relay these positive messages. Leo. I said, oh, Leo. Alright, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. For the Leo community, I'm calling you in as guides and protectors for the positive messages that need to come out, as well as being open to what Leo needs to express so that we can get the best positive messages out. Thank you for your energy, your time. All right. Hey there, Leo community. Well, stuff wants to come out right away. Stop being confused on it. Just stop, Leo. The ancestors, spirit guys, they saying it. Stop being confused on it. What is it? This situation ain't shit. All right, it ain't shit. Why is it not shit? Well, something you don't want to see and you're at odds ends with. In their head, overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. Why do you keep going back to this? Why do you keep going back to this? I'm hearing because they don't understand. What I see is that there are clean ties that have been cut. But there's something that you're drawing up. Your imagination keeps drawing up. There's something that you're over-critiquing, over-analyzing. What does it have to do with? Let's take a look here. Let me brighten this up for you. Shine some light. What I hear is the facade of something. There was something that you thought was there, but it wasn't in a sense. Maybe you were looking for something in the wrong place, but then you're trying to switch places, saying that you could have been the wrong thing and that thing was in the right place. I don't know how to explain that, but you're almost doing what Libra likes to do, is you're villainizing yourself, and that's that overthinking. That's not doing anything good for you. What else needs to come out? It's not any good for you because your ego is attached to it. Your ego is attached to something that you have rejected. Could it be something that is rejecting you? What I'm hearing is two can play at this. Oh, is somebody trying to play a game on you? The Leo in this story, I repeat, is somebody trying to play a game on you. There's this one saying, if you're interested in somebody, stop being interested in them and they'll come running back. I know in the last story, it was talking about if Leo was gonna settle. Even if they chose not to settle, maybe this is an overthinking, because Leo could have seen their for sureness with this situation, because the situation wasn't going to go anywhere. Now that this Leo's free, they're having, what is that, buyer's remorse kind of. You know how you get your freedom, you're like, oh God, let me go back to my cage. Leo, it's okay. Things are new. Things are different. Alright, so what is the plot behind this ain't shit? A lot wants to come out. It has to do with a very combative energy. I have a combative Queen of Wands in reverse. I have a Seven of Swords in reverse. So you're getting away from somebody. We have the Death card. Transformation through a relationship, and it's a new way, a new direction that you're wanting to take off in. It's almost like the pillar you want to climb, but there's some kind of unhealthy attachment here, and an unhealthy attachment that keeps you tied up into it. It could be the attachment to material goods. I say that because a lot of people will avoid doing big steps because they don't want to have a complete restart. And you have this death card here, rebirth. And death card represents the Scorpio energy, which is the 8th house transformation through relationships. This is why this is here. We're in this energy. And whoever this Queen of Wands energy, who is combative, is a very combative. They could be acting really childish, like an unhinged child in a sense, the one who you can't get to sit. They're everywhere, they're in everything, and you're just like, what did I get myself into? Now with this Devil card here, they could have an unhealthy attachment to what your pillars are, what you've been building, the sceneries that you've introduced to them, kind of thing. Can go a few different ways, but either way, at the end of the day, this is what keeps you confused on what ain't shit. And it's saying the plot behind this is not shit. So what's the plot behind in their head? What is the plot behind in their head? I have the Page of Pentacles here and a couple things you're not seeing. You feel like you really haven't built much. You feel like what I'm hearing is you're going to be a complete failure. In a sense, and when you go to rebuild again, if you choose to reinvest again, you feel like you won't have as much. You feel like the 7 of Pentacles is the only way that you're going to do it. What it could be is you're making too big of steps in your mind, too big of steps in your emotions with this 2 of Cups here in reverse. It's too much. It's over. It's like... I'm really good at this, so yeah, I am very good at forecasting everything that can go wrong. We have people who do that, and right now I feel like the overanalyzing, the overthinking, stressed is a Leo in this story who is just seeing everything that's gonna go wrong once they walk away or they fully let this go. And they're not going to have as good, as much. They're not going to be able to produce the same. They're not going to meet what they were doing when they were dealing with this. Well, I'd ask the Leo in this story, where do you want to be rich? Do you want to be rich in material goods, but you know, the home looks good, the yard looks good, the cars are beautiful, you know, it looks like the ideal family, but when you get into the home, it's cold and it's lonely. So they're rich in material, but they're poor when it comes to within the family relationships, within the connections, within the self-love and stuff like that. So I think this is figuring out which way you want to build your riches next. All right, so what is the plot behind the rejection and the ego? You just want something fair. You want something fair, but you don't feel like you can do it, you can get it. Anyone else is going to be into it. You feel so rejected that you're rejecting yourself. It's almost like if you walk away from this fully, you're going to give up. And that's what's going to bring you the peace. It's just knowing that you're going to be the one only out there on your own, but you're only going to see yourself from one point of view, and that's going to be this King of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles is a very taking, greedy person in a sense. It's almost like whatever bad taste is getting left in your mouth because of the ego's handling this in a low frequency way is what's going to hold you back. But it's also going to be what you validate as how I have to have my fulfillment. It's like a person who gives up on ever finding their ideal job, a person who gives up on whatever finding their ideal relationship, their ideal connections within their family community, their ideal purpose of work. That's a heavy load to carry right there. It's a very heavy load. Do you know we change jobs, like careers, like it used to be at least 3 times in our lifetimes. It's normal to want to do something different, want to achieve more. And always the first start is the roughest, it's the hardest, it takes the most work, and it feels like you get paid the least. But those are the times where you are solidifying your foundation and where you're going. Those are the times that you have time to start perfecting whatever it is that you want to do. So that when you have a breakthrough, whatever it is that you're supposed to do after you end this cycle, that you're ready for it and that it's not going to be too overbearing. So let's get the advice for the Leo. What is it for past self? Something we need to open up to seeing. Sanctuary. Take time out from the world. Spend more time alone. Meditate or go on a retreat, Leo. You need to basically stop over analyzing this. Take a little vacation. Clear your head, even if it's just inside your own home for a bit. Find your favorite shows, stuff like that. Maybe even finding whatever your favorite hobby is and just taking a break from the routine of it. A positive break. A break where you're able to put the mind down and that's overstressing about this, and you're able to think and put your thoughts to something else. You never know what you're going to find, what you're going to observe in that time. You'd be amazed what you can learn. What is it about present self for Leo? What is it about the present self for Leo? And for Leo, this has to do with how you're handling this, all with your ego. Just like Taurus, go for a walk. Go for a walk. Get out in nature. See how things operate at a grand scheme kind of level. There's a bigger picture to everything. When you get out in nature, sometimes you get a peek at it. Trust the process. Trust the process. Let me read this. Nature. Ground yourself. Find a sanctuary in nature. Maybe go find your little vacation in nature. Connect with the elements. Woo! Trust, leap into the unknown, have faith, and move forward. Believe you will fly. And then another one for this ego. Innocent. Take time to play. Nurture your inner child. Live with a childlike sense of wonder. This rejection is not the same rejection as before. Just know that. It is not whatever has been rejected before that's bringing on maybe the same cycle of like low vibey kind of feelings and stuff, that stuck rutness. It's not the same. This is a building block to get to where you're going. Take it from the view that is innocent, that hasn't had all the past experiences to make it feel like life is just this way. It's really not. It's just building blocks, lots of building blocks. What is it about the Leo that they need to know for their future self? Oh, when you go off when you go off, don't share this information. You need to use some heavy discernment. All is not let me reread this. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. Don't tell anybody that you're going off on vacation. Don't. It ain't none of their business. They don't have to know. IG, Instagram, none of the social media, Snapchat, none of it has to know it. Because you're going to have people trying to eavesdrop, probably mess with you while you're trying to clear your thoughts. And there you go. You just went and took everything that you was trying to get away from and you took it on vacation with you. Don't do it. Intuition. Follow your intuition on this. You know a whole lot more than what you know. You feel a whole lot more than what you actually will acknowledge at times. It's time to acknowledge it. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. Be open to this new way of going, this new path journey. Because this is a rebirth. Again, if you're going to be able to come out of this innocent, without feeling grudges, without holding things against people, places, then you're going to learn a very beautiful lesson, but you're also going to step into a new personal power. Rebirth. Reinvent yourself, give life to your dreams, create a new reality. And last card, compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. All right, Leo community. Thank you so much for your patience. And this is going to conclude it. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. All right, let's see. Thank you, Leo communities, ancestors, angels, and spirit guides for coming in and helping the Leo community. All right, so we're going to call in Aries frequency, Aries energy. What is it that needs to come out for the Aries? Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, for the Aries community. What in for this frequency? Going into the Aries frequency. I ask that you go ahead and set it. Aries has no time for that. What is it that we need to take into consideration when it comes to these messages? Alright. Alright. Hey there, Aries community. Soul Tigress here with a short story. So let's go ahead and spill some tea and see what needs to come out for the Aries community. So there's an argument, physical fight, at war, competition. You know, you probably got somebody who's really saying some stuff. But they ain't doing much. Not doing much. Something that we're not seeing is haunted memories, flashbacks, traumas, side effects. Ooh. This person's trying to use your trauma as a punching bag. Is that what's going on? What else needs to come out for the Aries community? Two things you're not seeing. looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info, caught a case, sexual infection, sexual disease. Oh. Everybody makes mistakes. There's antibiotics for that. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Or there could be somebody out here who's trying to say you gave them something. Trying to find some kind of proof to back it up. This is somebody who is combative. This is somebody who's maybe they can't get over something. Maybe they're the ones who are haunted by the memories, flashbacks, trauma, and side effects. So it's like whenever somebody brings up Aries' name, they are like, let me just sling this mud right here. All right, well, I wasn't expecting that, so let's go. This has to do with something with the mouth. When it comes to this sexual infection and researching you, it has something to do with mouth. I don't know if it's diseases of the mouth, of the oral, if they're trying to say that orally you gave their oral cavity something, orally you gave them something. But what I'm feeling is a lot, it has to do with the mouth. Maybe the tongue in particular. Okay. What is the plot behind this caught a case and looking you up? What is the plot behind... Hold on. What is the plot behind caught a case and looking you up? This has to do with the past person. Past connection. Could have been a one-night stand, I just heard. A one-night stand. Oh my goodness. It was the energy that was like that you were not wanting to invest in. Playa. Oh, Aries. I don't know if this is bowing out well for you. Did you accidentally play with somebody's feelings? But I hear Aries says, not intentionally, no. I know that there are certain energies who will wish for somebody just to string them along just so they can have that social interaction with them. This kind of reminds me of this one person that I met. And I just did not like their outtake on stuff. And that's my bread. I just did not like their outtake on stuff. And one of the things that they were okay with, and that really drew me back, and I would have said it kind of put into perspective who they were at the core, is that they were okay if somebody used them for money. As long as they had that relationship, they were okay if somebody, if the relationship started off with their soon-to-be partner cheating on their soon-to-be ex-spouse. Does that make sense? So they were okay if a start of a relationship was started with infidelity. I just did not understand that. But you have somebody here who was wanting you to string them along, wanting you just to pay any kind of attention to them. Has to do with like social. So any kind of interaction. And you may have hung around them when you was drinking some bubbly. Some drank. And this is where you done got weak. And you done did the thing. And they thought that was their chance in. That's what they thought. So what is the plot behind haunted? They haunted because you took off fast. You took off fast, whether it's person, place, or thing. Because this could have been with work, you know. They're with work, caught a case. They could say that you're being negligent. You're not cleaning stuff. They're trying to show proof that you're not doing this kind of thing. What policies are, what you're kind of supposed to be doing. And the whole thing is they are haunted because you won't rush their way in a sense. You won't come back their way. You keep going in the opposite direction. They just really want you to come their way. Do whatever they want you to do. Yeah, you don't want to be caught up. You have something else that you want to invest in. Something else that you want to go in that's really driven with passion, with creativity. With even, it could be the subconscious, with the soul of self as well. What is the plot behind a girl fight? She just wants a home. And she's willing to fight for it. They are willing to fight for it. They would like to be your home with that stable coin, rooted. They want to build. They want to build deep roots. That's what they want. They don't want to be combative about it. They don't want to be upset about it. They would just rather build with you in a sense and reach that ideal outcome. So what is the advice for the Aries for past self when it comes to dealing with this situation? Oh, the advice for past self. 3 cards here. You need to start seeing to handle things with gentleness. You need to start wanting to come from a growth mindset. I'll explain that one. And you need to seek support, ask for help, get rest, nurture yourself. You got to step away and you need to really think about what you did, how this happened, and where it is that you can grow with this. Gentleness, be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness, speak words of love. Growth, seek out a mentor or a guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. So, for Aries future self, what is the advice? Or actually, present self. Can we redo this? Well, this is future. Let's go future. You need to see possibilities. Raise your standards. Elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potentials. It could be putting down that drink if the drink is getting you in trouble. Expansion, spread your wings and soar. Share your message, shine your light. Show the world show the world what you are made of. Friendship. Seek out your soul family. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend more time socializing. But they want you to do something different when it comes to where and who you are socializing with. And then I have Goddess. Honor your divine feminine energy. See your inner beauty. Love every part of you. There is something that needs to be recognized when it comes to the relations that you have with people. And when you can recognize this relations with other people, there's something that you're going to be able to heal, because this is coming out because this is a repetitive cycle. Somehow you feel like you are the Casanova if you were to step out of that scene, out of that frequency, it could be something very different, because you're not going to have this bubbly, you're not going to have people who are going to be chasing you like that. There's going to be things that you're going to have to work for. And that's what's intimidating. This is what keeps you dealing with this kind of people who are stalking you, who are bad-mouthing you, and it's all because they wanted to be with you. Nature, ground yourself out, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elements. You get out there, find something new, find a new hobby, something new to do besides this drink. There are plenty of things to do where you can find different social settings, different people to mingle with. What is it for present self? Present self, for present self, I have innocent. Take time to play, nurture your inner child, live with a childlike sense of wonder. And this falls onto the growth. This is going to be a new beginning. This is going to be in a sense of restart. It's not a full rebirth, because I would say it's not a transformation through a relationship with another person that you're going to have here. This is what's not going to influence it. It's the transformation with the relationship you have with yourself. And knowing that you are this jazzy kind of person that comes in. You don't need the glitz and the glamour to attract real things that you would like to come your way. In a sense, you gotta make a new way of going, a new way of playing at the same time when you're doing it, because a lot of children, they learn through play. It's that exploration through play. And right here, there's going to be a new exploration that needs to come about. Wow. Thank you so much, Aries, for being the last one here. So, this is going to conclude it for the short stories. And I hope everybody enjoyed them. And thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy for hanging out. Let's say a little prayer for my baked goods today. They is not doing well. It's one of those baking days. I'm still having fun though. So have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.